What's up guys, it's Derek here. If you're new to the channel, I'm a former stockbroker, have a degree in business management, a master's degree in analytics, and currently I'm working as a data scientist. In my latest video, Neo, I got a lot of support, great feedback from you guys, and I got a suggestion to do XPENG, to do a similar analysis to see where you can enter in or add to your position. So that's what this video is going to be about. Now, before we get started, I need your help. Make sure to smash that like button. This tells YouTube to promote my channel to other people to reach a larger audience. While you're doing that, make sure to smash that subscribe button, as that tells me that this is content you'd like and it'll help me produce more for you. Last thing, before we dive into the chart, just know that this is educational. I am a former stockbroker. I'm not currently a stockbroker anymore, so everything we go over is for educational purposes. So let's dive in. Alright, so guys, we're looking here at XPENG now. There's a lot going on. The chart is all over the place. We're going to start at the beginning of it and move forward. So right now, just to help your eyes, I'm going to take off what I have. I will add it back on so that we can get into it. But some of the things that we should look at right away are just the recent movement. When you look at the recent movement, so on November 2nd, it was trading for around $21. And just on November 20th, it was trading at $56. If you do the math, that growth rate is 166%. That is a really big increase. So historically, we see it trading within this range, within the $19 to $22 range. But recently, we've broken out, and like I mentioned, we had a 166% increase. That's really important for this analysis because the charts are going to be a little bit unusual as we go through this due to the enormous growth. But there are patterns that I've been able to identify, even without the lines on it. We can see that there's a pattern here, and we're starting to form a new pattern here. So that's what I'm going to take you through, and then at the very end, I'm going to show you where you could potentially add to the position or get in as a first time. So let's zoom in a little bit. I'm going to add all of these back in, and then we'll just read it like a book, go left to right. So zooming in down here, like I mentioned, back here, before the breakout on November 3rd, November 2nd, we were trading around $21. So here we see that upward trend. And then our first real step up, I've called it ascending triangle. Others might disagree, that's another pattern. Whatever you want to call it, there is a bullish pattern here. We see the trend here. We see, I'm going to again call it ascending triangle. We see a breakout here and really leap up from where it broke out at $25 up to $31. A really big, strong leap. So let's move up again. So up here, we see another bullish trend, but this one I'm going to refer to as a double top. So we hit it up twice and then it caused it to go down. But now moving forward, we traded sideways for a little bit in that low 30 range and then jump up again. This one was a substantial jump. So we went from $33 and now we're on November 13th trading at $51. So on this one, I've labeled it as a bull flag pattern. So we see the flagpole here and then the flag. In this one, it was a little unusual here. I didn't do the research. Maybe news came out or something that dropped. I did look at the volume. The volume lacked confirmation on this, but we do see that bullish pattern right here. And then it does trend up and continue sideways, now within that low 40 range. So we went from the low 30 range to the low 40 range. But then we get this other channel pattern where we're bouncing in between the channel pattern. Now, this is where we are currently. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit on this so that we could see here. So recently, we just hit a sell indicator and a sell here. But in this pattern, which is forming, is a bull pendant pattern or ascending triangle? I don't know yet. But what I do know is if we maintain the patterns that it's historically done, disclaimer here, historical performance is no guarantee of future performance, and any news that comes out directly on this could obviously break the pattern. We've seen that in Neo, but what we're seeing here is if it maintains that pattern, that we're now at the bottom of a new range. And so technically this gets to the point of, well, where can I add in? So recently it just last trading day traded at $53. Technically, this could be a potential limit that you put in to enter here. It could bounce up here. I would see it coming up and having that $56 mark be the resistance. And at that point, if it does hold the resistance, it would bounce back down somewhere to here, which would be another entry point, which would be the $52.94. So right under that $53 mark, there could potentially be another limit order put in there to enter, assuming it maintains this pattern, barring any news or unexpected events that come out that aren't being accounted for on the charts. Those are the most recent entry points into XPENG that you could be able to get into before it breaks out again. There's just been so much tremendous movement on this particular stock, and the patterns are continually bullish. These investments that I'm talking about and these patterns and entries, they're not for day trading. They're not for short-term entry. Ideally, these would be entry points to be able to hold for longer than 2 years. And so I just want to put that out. I'm not a day trader. I'm not looking for an in and out entry. I'm looking for positions to hold for at least 2 years. And this is a position where I see that you'd be able to hold for at least 2 years. If you're unwilling to get in at that point, you'd have to wait for a substantial move down where we would establish a new resistance down at one of the other patterns. I hope this was helpful for you guys. I do want to say, if you like this or you want more content like this on other stocks, please make sure to smash that subscribe button. That tells me that you want more of this content on other stocks. I'm happy to do it. I love going through these, looking for the patterns. Again, I'm a senior data scientist. It's something I really enjoy doing. And if I can help you while I'm doing that, that's even better. So make sure to subscribe so that I can get that to you. And again, it tells me that this is something that you really enjoy and want more of.